Shannon and the Snow Monkey. There once was a snow monkey who was as big as a tree, and the beast bothered people repeatedly. He would roll up snowballs that were as big as bikes and drop them on folks who were out on hikes. Oh, those big snowballs were so big that they hurt anybody who wasn't extremely alert.
Yoo-hoo, hey person,
the snow monkey would call, and then hurl a cow-sized twirling snowball. This snow monkey lived in a forest of pines above a small town of pooped-out gold mines. The place once had been a booming gold town, but now nary a nugget of gold could be found. It's a poor town now, some townspeople would say. What with all the gold gone, there's no reason to stay. So we'll sell our bright houses, load the car or the truck, and trek down the road where we'll find better luck. Well, it was a very hard time for those who stayed. There weren't any jobs, and bills still had to be paid. All the grown-ups were worried. Their faces were grim. The little town's chances looked very slim. There was one little person who didn't frown. She was the smallest person in that very small town. Her name was Shannon, and she was a sweet little girl, as sweet as a sparrow, and as cute as a squirrel. She didn't mind that the gold was all gone. She still had her friends, like the doe and the fawn. She still had her goodies, her seashells and books. She even had pebbles from gurgling brooks. Oh, what a life with things lovely and wild! Of course she was happy, of course Shannon smiled. Let the grown-ups be grumpy. Let the grown-ups be sad. Shannon was happy with the things that she had. One day in the winter, when Shannon was playing in front of the fire, she heard her dad saying, "Mother, we like this town, but I do believe that if things don't change, we shall have to leave." "What's wrong?" asked Shannon as she stopped her playing. "I thought you said that we would be staying. I thought you told me that we'd always be here, like the monkey and owls and rabbits and deer." "Aha," said her father, with a frown on his face. "Without that snow monkey, we could stay in this place. Yes, people would come with their skis and their sleds if huge snowballs weren't dropped on their heads." "That's right," said Mother. "People would come if that darn snow monkey wasn't such a bum, and the town would make money renting skates and toboggans if he'd stop throwing at people's noggins." Shannon thought for a moment, and then she said, "Couldn't we ask the monkey to be nice instead? Couldn't we ask him to change his mind and start being pleasant and friendly and kind?" "Oh, Shannon," said Father, "that is a nice thought, but that old snow monkey is too old to be taught. He's a grouchy thing with personality quirks, who grumbles and rumbles and humphs as he lurks." "Oh, Dad," said Shannon, "can't the monkey be nice? Can't someone talk with him just once or twice?" "No," said Dad, "he's getting older and stranger. No one goes near him. There's too much danger." "Little girl," said Mother, "you mustn't worry. Go see your friends who are fat and furry. Go see the rabbit, the squirrel, and the mouse, but don't wander too far away from the house." It was bright outside, all shining in white, and it took Shannon a moment to get used to the light. She squinted her eyes against the sparkling glitter, and while she was squinting, she heard a bird twitter. She opened her eyes just a very small bit and saw that the bird was a tufted wood twit. The twit was all nervous and jerky and shaking, and oh, what a mournful sound it was making. "Why, bird," said Shannon, "tell me what's wrong. Why are you singing such a sad song? You've cried so much that your nose is all red. Please tell me," said Shannon. And so the bird said, "My wife saw a berry in an old tangled thicket, so she folded her wings and crawled in to pick it. Oh, I should have said something. I shouldn't have let her. You see, now she's stuck, and the monkey might get her." "That monkey sounds nasty," young Shannon said. "But you mustn't worry your cute little head, for I'll go with you and get your wife free. I'm not afraid of some frosted monkey." "Thanks," chirped the bird, and his little wings flapped as he flew to the bush where his wife was trapped. Shannon followed as fast as she could away from her house and deep into the wood. Away they went through the forest of pines, past caves and dens where the sun never shines. They went to a place where no one played, for it was the place where the snow monkey stayed. "Oh, no," said Shannon as she rushed and hurried. "Mother and Father are going to be worried. I'm kind of worried about where we are. I didn't think it would be this far." It was just about then that the little bird stopped. He circled the thicket, and then he dropped to land upon Shannon and chirp in her ear. "At last, at last, at last, we're here." "Help me," said a voice deep in the bush. "Please give me a pull or give me a push. Please dig me out with your fingers and thumbs before that awful snow monkey comes." Shannon got down on her hands and her knees and saw that the wife was in a tight squeeze. "Hang on," said Shannon. "You'll be out in a minute." "Boy, this is a thick bush. How did you get in it?" Before the stuck bird could answer Shannon, a roar boomed out like a bursting cannon. It was a horrible noise, so loud and so scary that it could only be called extraordinary. Then there was silence. Not a noise, not a word, not a squeak from a squirrel, not a chirp from a bird. Even the hummingbirds stopped all their humming. Everyone knew that the snow monkey was coming. Out of the silence came a noise most appalling. It was the crashing and crunching of large feet falling. There was the crashing of trees and the crunching of brambles. The beast was crushing the woods into shambles. "Pardon," said the bird, "but would you please get in gear? That stupid snow monkey is almost here." "Stop," called his wife. "Shannon can't stay. If she leaves right now, she might get away." "Leave," cried the wife. "Please, Shannon, go. That monkey is coming, and he's going to throw snowballs at you the size of a bed. And he's going to throw them at your head." "Relax," said Shannon. "You're almost unstuck. And if a snowball comes, I'll just duck. I'm not afraid of that dumb monkey, and I am going to stay until you are free." Shannon reached for the wife, but the bush was too thick, so she tried to pry it apart with a stick. But the stick got stuck and wouldn't work right, and then the great ape came into sight. What a beast he was, so broad and so tall that he shook the ground with each footfall. On he came, all teeth and all growling, all mean-looking eyes and horrible howling. The ape made a snowball with his great hairy fist and threw it at Shannon, but the snowball missed. Shannon jumped up and she yelled at the critter, "There's a poor bird in here and you almost hit her." The snow monkey kept growling and screaming and roaring. "Quiet," said Shannon. "Your behavior is boring. You want to scare me, but I won't buy it. So stop your shouting and just be quiet."
"Huh?"
said the monkey with great surprise.
"Huh?"
he repeated with wide-open eyes.
"That's a very brave thing for a young girl to say. When grown-ups see me, they'd just run away."
"I won't run away," Shannon said firmly. "I'm not going to cry and start acting wormly, like crawling and wiggling while I try to escape. No, not from a noisy and bad-mannered ape." The monkey moved closer and lowered his head down next to Shannon, and then he said,
"What makes you brave? Why won't you flee?"
"Because," said Shannon, "the bird is depending on me."
"That's nice," said the ape. "It's noble and kind. I'd like to befriend you if you don't mind. I know I've been noisy and bad-mannered and rude, but I've always thought people were harsh, cruel, and crude."
"Not true," said Shannon. "Most people are good." They'd be friendly if only you could stop throwing snowballs and stop being scary. You're frightfully big and fearfully hairy."
"Well," said the ape, "I could give it a try. I could calm myself down and be a nice guy. You know, I think I might like that a lot. What the heck? I'm a sport. I'll give it a shot."
And so on that day, in that pine forest of green, the snow monkey decided to stop being mean. The first act of kindness in his new way of life was helping untangle the little bird's wife. Then he put Shannon up on his shoulder, turned his head sideways, and softly told her,
"If you are frightened, I'll put you down. But if you aren't, I'll take you to town."
"Why, thank you," said Shannon. "You're very sweet. My legs are quite tired, and I've got cold feet, for I've walked a long way and I would like a rest. Please do carry me, and then please be my guest." The snow monkey laughed, for he was delighted that for the first time he'd been invited to be the house guest of a human being. He laughed as he thought of the sights he'd be seeing.
"Let's go,"
said the monkey, and like a huge clown he danced through the pines on his way to the town. They made an odd sight and a very strange shape, a little girl riding a great dancing ape. When they got to the town, all the people were shocked. Front gates were closed, and front doors were locked. Some people trembled and some people prayed, but all the townspeople were very afraid. "Hello, everybody," Shannon called out. "What is everyone frightened about? Don't be afraid of this monkey I'm riding. Please open your doors and come out of hiding." All of the folks heard what young Shannon said, but some of those folks had been hit on the head with big snowballs that the monkey had thrown, so they hid and hoped he'd leave them alone. "Oh, beans," sighed Shannon. "Let's go meet my father. We'll tell him you've changed, and that you won't bother anyone else in the town or the wood, and that you're going to try to be good." The ape took Shannon through the middle of town to her back door and then set her down. "Excuse me," she said, "for a minute or two I'm going to go tell my folks about you."
"Fine," said the monkey. "I will wait right here. Please tell your folks they have nothing to fear. Please tell them that I'm not mean anymore."
"I will," said Shannon, and she went through the door. "Hello," she said to her mom and her dad. "You'll never believe what a day I've had. I found a bird and tried to pick up her, and now the monkey is coming for supper." "How's that?" said Father. "And where have you been? You didn't go into the woods again." "Yes," said Shannon, "I got a bird free. That is, with the help of the snow monkey." "What?" said her father. "What?" said her mother, and they nervously looked at one another. "Come on," said Shannon. "The monkey's outside. He was a good old beast and gave me a ride." Her mom and her dad ran out the back door, looked at the ape, and then looked some more.
"Hello,"
said the ape with a wide, friendly smile.
"I hope you don't mind if I stay for a while."
What could they say? He was very polite. "Please do," said Father, "and please spend the night. You can sleep in the barn. There's plenty of hay. You're welcome to dinner and welcome to stay." The monkey stayed, and he stayed and stayed, and the longer he stayed, the more friends he made, and people did come with their skis and sleds because he stopped dropping snow on their heads. Something else happened that might seem funny. The ape even helped the town to make money. He couldn't make snowballs. They were a bummer. So he made snowmen that lasted till summer. Sounds funny, you say? Well, funny it is, but the town went into the snowman biz. Yes, all winter long, snowmen were rolled and stored in the mines, where they stayed cold. What a business they had, and how it boomed, for they could sell snowmen when flowers bloomed. The news spread all over, and by, people bought snowmen on the 4th of July. Now that's not bad for a pooped-out gold town that was saved by a girl who refused to frown, a girl full of kindness who refused to sink, a girl who made goodness from a great, hairy fink. The end.